You're watching News 54. The country's education sector has been in a major crisis since last year when schools had been shut down for almost 8 months due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The long closure of schools later saw the Ministry of Education introduce a new crash calendar which was mainly aimed at helping the country's education calendar to resume to its normal program. Just weeks after the Kenya Certificate of Primary Education candidates sat for their examination, details have emerged showing that the results will be out this week. This has been established by the Daily Nation, which has reported that the KCPE candidates might receive their results this week according to sources who spoke to the paper. The announcing of the results will however depend on President Uhuru's schedule and diary, since he will have to be briefed before the results are finally announced to Kenyans. The candidates have at the same received bad news after it has emerged that they might delay to join secondary this time around. It had earlier on been revealed that they will join Form 1 as early as July, but this might not be the case anymore since Uhuru's new declaration that saw a ban on all physical learning might yet again interfere with the school calendar. It is understood that the COVID-19 positivity rate is still high, therefore, raising uncertainty on whether Uhuru might allow schools to resume their operations normally. The PS Education Chwan had a few weeks ago however revealed that the decision on school reopening will be made after a high-profile meeting that will take place at the end of this month. Stay tuned, for more is coming your way.
As you are aware, the exam is ending next week on Wednesday, and we have a lot to be grateful to God for, because so far as the corona pandemic is concerned, we can only be grateful for God's grace and mercy, because we have been dealing with a large number of students, over 752,000 of them, and there have been no major issues except for our children, the females who had issues either with pregnancy or delivery, and the exam has been delivered to them. We have not had any major issues so far. Despite the fact that the rains have come, and they seem to have come in a big way, the government has prepared itself to deal with delivery of examination materials on time, so that the subjects that are left between today and Wednesday next week shall be taken as scheduled. Controlled the attempted early exposure of examination, because we arrested one of the key masterminds, was arrested in Rusinga, and therefore we have disrupted the rogue nature of people who wanted to start exposing exams before time. As far as people talking about examination leakage, this examination has not leaked. You have noticed how careful the government has been during this morning, where we have looked at each and every container containing the test papers. That is the way it should be done. Programming for the calendar year, I am leapfrogging forward and hoping that since it looks like the pandemic is starting to flatten, there may be no need for now for me to summon the education stakeholders to look afresh at the timetable. So the timetable remains as we had decided earlier in the year. And by the grace of God, the children will come to school the time we said they should come to school. As far as the results are concerned, the results for the KCPE, I said, are within 2 weeks. We are still within that period. All I can say is that we are doing extremely well. And preparation for marking this particular set of exams is at a very advanced stage. Children, and we as their fathers and people who are responsible for them, we will handle them with the tough love that is required. There has never been a situation in this country since independence, where children were subjected to the conditions that they have been subjected to this time round. That's why His Excellency the President directed us to bend backwards, and that any child, for example, who is found with a phone can go to court when it is flexible, but will continue with the exam to the end, so that judgment is given at a holistic stage.